It's not a cup of tea, man. Like, one make a cup of tea and just give it to you. Yep, it's environment is already for you. Not like that. It don't happen. Many people tell me that I belong to this area. I don't have environment.
As we can see, if we practice a lot for English, if you talk about me, I generally spend on daily basis 3 to 4 hours, and now it used to be the compulsory subject, and I had deep interest in this subject.
Your country to all this types of thing, they're just writing. They know how to write in English, but they know how to speak in English for 20 or even a very long years. They're just writing in English. So hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you, Mehzabin?
I'm great. Who about you?
Uh, I'm fine. So thanks for asking.
You're welcome. Pleasure. Because I'm so grateful to you that you joined this conversation, English conversation with me. And I'm too excited to meet a new people here. So, first of all, as we are meeting at the first time, I don't know about you. I just know your name. So, first of all, I'm gonna introduce myself. Then you can introduce yourself. So, I'm Mehzabin Mowshi. As you know, I'm from Bangladesh. And if I tell about my interests, I'm interested in neuroscience and qualification and futsal. I'm just in sixth class in a Bengali medium school, and I have a YouTube channel where I upload English related videos. And my goal is to share people how to learn English in an easy, cut corners, and interactive way. So
Yes.
that's all about me. What about you?
Yes. First of all, thanks for giving me this opportunity to connect with you and introduce myself. So, as you know, my name is Sachin, and I'm from India. In India, I'm from Rajasthan state, in which Suru district. And talk about my qualification. Before this, I passed the class 12th exam, and this year I was from science stream, and this year I qualified, and this year I passed the NEET UG exam, which is very one of the toughest exam in India. And this year I qualified the NEET UG exam, and I was from complete medium, which is our mother tongue. It is our mother tongue in India, and I was from complete English medium. Nowadays I'm completely free, so I'm focusing on my English speaking skills. So that's all about.
Thank you very much for giving your introduction. And as you tell, you're from Hindi medium and your mother tongue is Hindi. And my mother tongue is also Bengali. But yep, so that's all. So you're telling something. Are you want to tell me something?
I have some questions, but I will ask you later if you have any topic or to discuss or any questions. I have two questions to ask you, but if you want to ask any, you ask me before. You can ask.
Okay, so as we're meeting at the first time, I get more interested in your English. So, when did you start your English journey?
So, you want to ask me something about my journey? Am I right? Yes. So, I started before at least 30 days ago. Almost nine. It is going to be almost 3 months or no, almost 30 days. And I divided my journey of I I divided my journey in two phases. The first phase is 1 month. In the first phase is I spend 3 hours per day, 1 hour writing, 1 hour listening, and 1 hour, you know, 1 hour I took drama classes from YouTube platform, which are free of cost on YouTube, and like topics like tenses, models, conjunctions, etc. And I prepared notes for that, for for that particular topic grammar. And in the starting, I also practiced mirror practice, and but it was quietly boring. So I quit in almost 10 days, 10 to 15 days. I don't remember exact, but 10 to 15 days. 10 to 15 I quit. And in if you talk about my second phase, which is 2 months, and it is going to be end in the 20, almost 10 days are left in my journey, and after till 1 October, I am completely free. From 1 October, my medical college classes will start, and till 1 October, I'm completely free. So my journey is going to be end, and now I'm providing 3 to 4 hours. I joined the Skype for 15 days. If you talk about my second phase, I half hour writing, 1 hour, 1 hour listening. I suggest an English podcast and certified and uh, tutors and videos and some native speaker videos also I see, and 1 to 2 hours conversation on the Skype groups. I nowadays because I do random conversations whenever I get time in the day. I do random conversations and I listen the audios on the Skype. That's
That's
all
great.
about
You
my.
know that. Yep. So we do conversation to improve our English. So here, one question is coming in my mind that why do you think English is very important in your life? Can you explain it?
So you want to know English? You know that English is a worldwide language, and in and every it is important in every sector. If you talk about in our countries, it is not our mother tongue, but to learn it is not a rocket science. We all can learn with patience and with the continuity. And the worldwide language, it is so much important that in every job in India, for every interview, it is very important. Of it may be the government interview, government job interview, it may be the private job interview. In almost every interview, questions are sometime in not always, but sometimes, and it is important. It becomes more important when the all the technical exams, like when I will my further studies would be in only in English. As I was from starting, my schooling was Hindi medium, but my further studies of MBBS will be in English. So that's why, and it's the most important because all the technical exams like BTech and Tech, MBBS, all in English.
Yep. Exam when you give to an interview, that time you need to speak. But for exams, academic exam, I'm in sixth class, I know better, that we had to write in English, not speak in English. So we are with educational system from one to like in your country to all this types of thing, they're just writing, they know how to write in English, but they know how to speak in English for 20 or even a very long years, they're just writing in English. So how in the world they could speak? So after a long time we recognize that we need to speak because speaking is important too, as well as writing. Even listening and even reading is important. But in our school, we learn how to read and write, but we don't know how to read aloud with speaking and how to listen properly.
Yes, and according to me, the most important input in English is listening. If you talk about me, I don't read any book because from starting to till now, I was completely from Hindi medium. So there English used to be the compulsory subject, and I have not a single book to read in English. And if you talk about environment, so I belong to a village background in and there is no 0% English environment. If you talk about my parents, they are graduated in Hindi medium. They can understand English, but not so high English. They can understand day-to-day English, but they can't speak so fluently. So that's why the reason I don't converse with them.
Yep, so my parents too, they know how to write in English properly, but they don't know how to speak fully. And of course, our education system are like that. We don't have the handle, but we could fix ourselves. The world will change. Change yourself, the world will change. So apart from that, we're gonna focus only on learning English. So I get more interested from what sources are you learning English? From what sources?
Yes, pardon. Can you repeat?
From which sources are you learning English?
Yes, definitely. I will tell you. Uh, I have lots of sources. As you know, the YouTube is the best source according to me. For listening, it is the best source. No other better source according to me because there are various platforms like TED Talks, Zoe Talks, and all like other topics. And most of the audiobooks are recorded in the form of, and the lots of books are recorded by audiobooks on the YouTube. And as you know, we can also hear native speakers and politicians like. Do you have heard the name of Sashi Tharoor,
Nope.
the Indian politician who was used to be the professor of English literature? So he generally he used the very high-fi English, and he even can't understand their English. Sometimes I saw one interview of where on that uh, he was talking about how to learn English, and talking about it. And we can also see on YouTube there's some SETA certified tutors and some non-SETA certified English tutors. Like, do you have heard the name of Alina Rice, ma'am?
I don't know any of them.
So she belongs to India, but is a world is a famous tutor, and she's not SETA certified, but he has 4 million, 4.5 million subscribers. Anyway, it's a very famous tutor. I and there are many other also apps like also I don't use, but there are apps like iTalki, English Talk, and many other like apps like YouTube. But I don't use only YouTube for listening.
Yep. Lastly, but very important, I want to ask you that English is the language. Is it hard or easy?
Yes. Can you repeat the question? I did not understand.
English is hard or easy?
So I now I understood. In if we are not consistent about it, and if we want to learn, then it would be hard. But if we had strong mindset to learn English, that anyhow I want to be English good English speaker of English language, and so if we have strong mindset and uh, uh, if we are passionate about English, so when then English becomes English not so hard, and we can say that everything is around the mindset. If we have strong mindset to learn English, we can learn everything. It is not about English. We can learn everything, every language.
Yep,
That's why.
it's crucial to know because if you focus on the goal and you don't know anything according to why, then you're gonna not get your purpose of your goal. So, lastly, do you have any question for me?
Yes, I have two questions about you. So, first of all, I want to ask you that as I belong to village background, and there's not so much environment. There's 0% English environment, and I belong to a district with so far to the our district headquarters, but they, as you know, the Hindi is mother tongue, and it even know Hindi, and some illiterate people also know Hindi because of their they get environment in our country, good environment, and but they don't know English. They even don't know day to day use English, day to day used English. So, what do you suggest about environment, or what are your thoughts about environment? Is it necessary for learning English or not? And if it necessary, so what at what extent it is necessary?
For me, it's no. Because English environment you have to make by yourself. No one will, it's not a cup of tea, man. Like, one make a cup of tea and just give it to you. Yep, it's a environment is already for you. Not like that, it don't happen. Many people tell me that I belong to this area, I don't have environment. So, that's why I couldn't speak English fluently. It's just excuse, and excuse means that you don't want to do that work. So close that work. Don't pressurizing you to learn English. Those people who want to learn English, they're gonna learn English in any way. If they're in a very rural area, that type of thing, so they're gonna learn English because their focus is on that English, not on their environment. Get it?
Yes, I got it. And so, and do you belong to rural area?
Nope, I belong to another village or city area, just like a medium area, this type of
Town.
thing. We have many facilities here, but we don't have the environment to practice because many people don't go and practice English. It just, we speak Bengali here, and everyone speak Bengali too. We do
Yeah.
with our daily chores in Bengali. And whoever a YouTuber or who want to practice English, they practice in home.
And I had also one question. One question is about I have some two questions, two short questions, not because my questions are over, and I have now two short questions. So one question is about have you ever visited India?
Nope, I don't visited India, but I'll sure visit India.
Yes. And my second last and which is last question is so do you what pronunciation do you use? Do you use American pronunciation or British pronunciation?
Probably I use both. But in this conversation, I use American. If you're interested to listen my British, you could tell.
Yes, uh, yes I impressed by your pronunciation because you are at the sixth class and you are using American pronunciation and very and you can speak very well English, very fantastic English, and I'm glad to.
Yep, so I'll show you the difference. In American accent, we call it record. Record. But in British, we call record. Record. Like, we choose a name, like Harry Potter. We choose like British. But in America, we tell Harry Potter. And we can tell cell phone, but whether in British we call it mobile phone or mobile simply. In British we call like chips. In American we call it crisps. But in America we tell it chips. I'm gonna have a bag of chips today. I'm gonna have a bag of crisps today. And they pronounce T so like closely, and they don't pronounce R, but it sometimes happen. Like we could tell what it could tell recording. Well, I don't still learn the first word, and as well as I'm learning Canadian too, which is very similar to American, but it has some difficult, differences. Like in American accent, we call it sofa, but in Canadian, we call it Chesterfield. It sounds more British, but it's Canadian one. Chesterfield. It's like a place, but it's the sofa name, Chesterfield. And sometimes in British we call it couch and sofa, both.
Yes. So again, a short question I want to ask you at the end of the session. So my questions are over. If you have any question or topic, so you can.
Now I have my exam in 19 September, and
So
in 18 September I have an English exam which is after tomorrow. And please pray for me, and English exam will be going. So have a great day. Bye.
yes, bye. I will try to connect you any another day if it possible
Okay,
with
we'll
any
connect
another
with
questions and
yep.
other topics. So thanks for connecting. Bye.